this too. All right, guys. We're going to talk about We're going to talk about Morning Meltdown 100. We're going to talk about killing the launch. I love, love, love launching new products. It's like my sweet spot with the business. I love seeing you guys crush it. I love seeing you guys talk about your income growing. Those are the kind of things that really make me happy. So I'm really excited about this launch. I'm really excited how the company is sort of lining it up. I'm really excited about the TV that they're going to be offering that Megan's going to be talking a little bit about tonight. But before we dive into that, you guys, let's talk shout outs for a couple minutes. On One Fit Fam, huge shout out to Janelle and Megan, who are at SC10. The top producers of the week, we had Janelle, you killed it this week. Way to go. Megan Morrison at the top of the KB boards as well. Also, huge shout out to Rachel, who's at SC10 this month. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a lot of new names on the board. So if you think of it, just take a minute tonight or this week and just shout people out for like just crushing SC, like getting their first couple points on the board, or just, you know, doing the thing, like just doing it. And I love that. So I will say, recruitment, we're like a little bit lower than we usually are. Our numbers are a little bit below the norm, and I think that's just because I can feel us kind of shifting our focus to MM100, but just sort of be kind of cognizant of it. We want to make sure that we are working towards that emerald rank if we're not there yet, especially as we get ready for the launch, because we're going to start opening up the doors to the compensation plan. You're going to see team volume that's going to be moving up. So if you aren't at the emerald rank yet, if you're a little confused on how that is going to work, you want to make sure that you talk to your upline specifically about why going emerald now is going to be key for your business. So that first and foremost, just wanted to go over that. Megan, did you have anything else you wanted to discuss on shout outs tonight?
Nope, just Janelle, just major shout out to her. She's leading our like producers and SC, and she is 6 weeks postpartum with baby number 2. So she currently has 2 under 2, and she is, go follow her on Instagram. I mean, she is like just all in 100% with her fitness, with her business, and the results are showing.
Great. Oh, that's so awesome. You said 6 weeks?
6 weeks, yeah. She worked out up until the day she delivered,
So cool.
and got right back to it a couple weeks after. I saw her thing. She just got officially cleared, but she's actually been breaking the rules and working out for a couple weeks now because she did so well taking care of herself.
That's really awesome.
Good, so.
Very cool. All right. Well, that is awesome. Good to hear. And she's doing well, and awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So again, tonight is going to be one of those calls where we're probably going to be taking notes. I don't take it as an insult at all. If you guys are on your computers, if you're chatting it up, if you guys have questions, that is the kind of call we are going to have. So we are kind of going to move fast. You guys are always going to be able to have the access to the recordings if you want to come back to it, if you have other questions about it. Make sure that you ask. So let's talk about launch. So first of all, before I dive into this, the reason that I put such an emphasis on launches is because there is an energy that is attached to the newness of a program. At this time, the people who have been in the test groups are just finishing up their programs. They're seeing amazing, amazing results. And I'll be honest with you, I think Jericho is just the real deal. We had an opportunity to talk with her at our Super Saturday. Oh my gosh, I think it was October of last year. And her body had completely transformed. And I remember looking at my teammates, and I remember looking and talking to Megan and being like, she has got to be getting ready to be putting out a new program. And she went on to talk about how she was a mom and how she just wasn't at a point that she was ready to produce a new program because she was breastfeeding, and she really, really wanted to honor her body in that time with her child and just being able to take care of herself in that way. And as soon as she was done breastfeeding, she was really like, it is game on. And so she focused on her nutrition. She focused on the workouts that are very much what she created Morning Meltdown from. And she's just a really very kind and wonderful person. And we're really blessed at Beachbody to have her in the organization. So or in Team Beachbody. So she's been around for a while. If you've never worked out with her, she's done the Les Mills Combat and actually Les Mills Pump back in the day, which was one of the very first programs I did with Beachbody. But more specifically, I just want to remind you that the most important thing you can do as you get ready to prep for any type of launch is really educate yourself on the program. Now, there are a few places where you can access information. Yes, I will be giving information, and sometimes I just give you guys emails and stuff that I'm sending out. But you also have access in a few areas that are key. The COO, like the Coach Online Office, and you can click on the Coach Online Office, go under Grow My Business, and then go under Product Tools and Shareable Media. You can see it here. You're going to click the Morning Meltdown 100 Product Toolkit. The other thing that I want to mention is that if you are sharing videos that you maybe want to put a post up and you don't want it attached to YouTube, you can actually download the videos right from the site, right from Beachbody via Vimeo. And there's a link that you can click on the Vimeo that allows you to download it. You can also do this for the Morning Meltdown workout that came out today. So I'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. But the Morning Meltdown product toolkit goes over the ins and outs, like all of the information that you need to know about the program, the cost, the package bundles that are going to be open to not just your customers, but also to us as coaches. So you want to familiarize yourself with that. And then they give the teaser workout videos you'll see in there, as well as just common tools that we like as coaches, order forms. You're going to see in there just tips and suggestions for how to launch. The second place I'm going to recommend that you go is the Beachbody Champions page. For everything from trainings that they're doing to just images that they're putting up. I know that they just talked about, I think it was just today, they talked about the 10 workouts that are you're gonna have as VIP access. Those are there's a lot of details, and the best thing that you wanna do is just kind of familiarize yourself with those options, all of those details, all right? And then the third place that I go when I just don't know the answer is just CoachFAQ.com. So CoachFAQ.com, just search Morning Meltdown 100, and there's going to be a plethora of options for you to choose from with regard to the program. So that's step number one, is saying to yourself, all right, I know I want to have this really successful launch. I really want to crush it. I want to see my biggest numbers. I want to see my biggest paycheck. I want to see my team absolutely crushing it. What do I need to do? Step one is just familiarizing yourself with the program. And then I don't think I have to say it, but you also need to test out the workout. And so for me, when I was testing out the workout, I watched it twice. So I did it one time, and then I watched it the other time to get a hold of her, just the way that she spoke. I thought about the way that the terms that she was using, and I jotted down some notes about how she was cueing and the music. Did you notice how it's a different way of working out because she keeps that energy going. She changes that tempo. So it's another way for me to talk about the program in a different way. So I didn't just do the workout and experience it and sort of film myself doing it. I wanted to educate myself sort of from the teacher perspective. I wanted to kind of look at it as sort of the coach perspective of what are my challengers going to feel like? What are my challengers going to struggle with? What can I say to them if I realize that they're struggling through the bolt move? How can we make sure that they're comfortable with it? Even letting them know how to follow a modifier if they're not, feeling like they didn't have the weights. I was talking about how I had to use the Bible. So I just want to make sure that we're looking at it from that perspective too. So yes, it is just one sample workout, but you can pull so much content from one sample workout. All right. So here are the steps. This is sort of how I broke it down based on what I've done in the past. And then I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to break it down a little further. So number one was just to learn the program. So just how I mentioned just a minute ago, learn the program, know the trainer, know why she created it. Check out her on Instagram. Just learn a little bit more about it. Number two, you're going to start promoting based on what makes you a little bit different. So what is the slight edge that you bring to your marketing? And I'm going to walk you through how I prep that. Number three, we are going to start creating our funnel. A funnel is when you have this broad amount of information and you want to funnel people in so that you know specifically where they are, so you have a point of reference so you can come back to them, so you can connect with them, so you can talk to them. This is going to be one of a couple ways. I do this as either a form that I have on my blog, or I create an email list, and this is just from collecting emails. And the third way that I do it is actually from my launch group on Facebook. So I have people that are set up in that launch group who want the information, and I have this point of contact with them. So they're just not lost in Facebook land, like where do they find more information? Like they know specifically that I'm going to be posting within that group. And the other thing is it kind of creates this FOMO as well. And I love that about launch groups. I've learned this about launch groups over the past couple of years, is when you create sort of a community and a culture within the group, you're going to start to notice that they engage, they're interacting, they're almost like becoming challengers before they're officially challengers. We're also going to talk about creating social media content. And I'll just be honest with you, there are some coaches in our team who are killing it with how they're putting that content out there, and they're just putting it out there, little jabs, hits out there for people to see. So we're going to talk about that as well. And then how we engage people within the community. All right, so here are a couple of things that I want you to do. So first, everybody in here is going to create a Facebook launch group on Facebook. So I'm going to show you guys mine, but I don't necessarily want you to join mine because I want people to see you as the lead. I want people to see you as the coach, and I want you to become a little bit more confident about how you're talking about the program, because these are the people who are trusting you. You want them to see you as that leader. So I'm going to show you guys mine. And where am I? Okay. So this is my group, and it's nothing crazy fancy, but what I did was I set up the group, and I'm going to find it. I think it's moderate group. And membership questions. First, when I created the group, my sister's asking me questions. Okay, so first when I created the group, I did 3 questions. My 3 questions are, number one, most importantly, are you currently working with a Beachbody coach? And if they say, and I think I did it as, I think now it gives you the option of like giving them options. And I think I said, no, but I can't wait. Yes, I do have a Beachbody coach. And then it was like, duh, Katie is my coach or something like that. So the first question was, are you working with a coach? If they are working with a coach, my go-to response to them is, hey, thank you so much for reaching out to me. I am so excited about this program, but I just wanted to let you know, reach out to your coach. They'll get you set up with all of the information you need. If for some reason in the future that doesn't work out, just let me know and we'll get you set up over here. So I let them always go back to their coach, but I do add, because in some cases, people might have an account and they don't know that even if their coach isn't working, if they're not active, that they can transfer. So I do let them know, hey, if they're not supporting you, if they're not able to, get you set up with the information you need, come on back. The second thing I ask for is their email address. And I ask for the email address because I do send out emails to anyone who has asked me information about MM100. So they do go into my potential customer list. I have a list for that set up in my email system. And then number 3 is just a fun question for them, and it helps me to get to know them. Are they looking to lose weight? Are they just excited about the music? Are they just ready to change it up a little bit? So then I create those membership questions, all right? So I haven't had this group very long, but then within the group, the first thing that I did was I set up my announcement and I put the sample workout right in there. If you're not sure how to put the sample workout right in your group, all you need to do is go to the Vimeo link that was shared. And Megan, if you still have it, if you want to put it in the chat bar for them, and you click download on Vimeo. And when you go to post it, you're actually going to post it as a video, not a file. So just make sure that you know that. All right, so my sample workout's up there. I have people commenting, letting me know how they think of the workout. But I also want to add that I am doing a $25 gift card giveaway. And I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. Number 1, I want their feedback. And if they are struggling with the workout, as somebody in my group mentioned, I want to be able to talk to them about it. I want to be able to message them. I want to be able to kind of give some feedback and ask them, what were some of the concerns you had? That's the first reason. And the second reason is it creates engagement opportunity for me to use on my other platforms. So when I created this, I was like, all right, I can then use their 15-second clips, or if they tagged me in something on IG, I can then use that. Or if they posted it on their timeline and they tagged me, it shows up for me too. So it's creating this sort of curiosity among people who are maybe wondering what it's about, but are nervous just about asking. So there's a huge fly in here too. Get out of here, fly. Oh, now I'm going to go squirreling. I'm so sorry. So that's the other reason that I do it. I'll do the drawing on Friday. I've been filtering sort of messages and questions people have about the workout and so forth. So that's there. So then the other thing that I have in here is just a general question. I want to ask them, what kind of account they want me to set them up with. Are they interested in a customer account? Are they interested in a coach account? And a lot of them are saying, I'm really not sure what is best for me. Can you help guide me on that? All right, what else did I put in here? Those are just my announcements. And then let's see, I did a quick intro. So I introduced myself and asked them to tell me a little bit about them. I have people who are sharing their workouts in there. And then I also am just starting to give transformations. And so this group has been going on for about a week, I would say, but it's just very, very general. Very general. There's not a ton of information, but it's very specific to what they want to know about, which is the Morning Meltdown program. I'm also creating that sense of community, which is going to be key because it's going to give them that feel for what a challenge group is going to be. Also, when the program launches, it's going to allow me to shout out my new challengers and give people the opportunity to see who is going to be participating in this group. It creates that little sense of missing out, that sense of urgency as well. So there's a couple of reasons why I do that. All right. So that's my Facebook group. Going back, couple other things that you can do is create a blog post. So I'll just show you mine. I go over to my site, and I literally copied all of this content from Coach FAQ. I took it, and guys, I don't care if you take it, just make sure that you're putting your links in there. You're not using mine because we don't want to default it to me. use your own links, but you're more than welcome to do that, all right? So I created a very general place for people to get information. It also has a form in there too. So if I want to, on my stories, send people, directly to this link, or in my bio on IG, I want to send them somewhere where they can fill out a form. This is it. Again, all of this was literally a copy and paste from Coach FAQ with a little bit of information. Okay, very, very general. I have some transformations in there. If you have a blog, it's simple to do. If you don't have a blog though, don't worry. Then another way to do it, and I know that like Megan Marie does an amazing job with Google Forms. This was one that Megan just shared with us and Kirsten just shared with us today, is from another coach that goes over the specifics of what to order when they're ready. You can use a form like this, or if you just want general information to collect emails, you can create basically 3 questions. Give a name, first and last name, what is your email, are you currently working with a coach? And then you can send them their first email based on what the program is. So again, having a form. The goal is, and don't let this overwhelm you, is just funneling people. So ask yourself, what's the best way for me to organize people? For me, it's emails. It's just, that is the easiest way to do it. I can sometimes get lost in my Facebook groups. Yes, I have them, but I know I want those emails. I know I want to be able to send them automated emails. I know I want to be able to send out this type of Google form to them to fill out for when it's ready to launch. All right? Okay, a couple other things. If you are creating an ad for it, this is a good time to do it, to gauge interest. I'll be honest with you, I've tested out 2 or 3. None of them have taken. I have done like 1 big post about it, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But I haven't really had any luck with ads. So I'm not currently running any ads. And if you nail a post, you can really run with that. You can really go with that. So don't feel like you have to spend money on it, because you really don't. All right? And then you're going to create your funnel post. A funnel post is where you get people to say me. Like, I am interested, tell me more. So we're going to talk about that. I want to show you guys a couple of samples. So there is a launch group that we have. A few of us are working together to really like nail the launch, really focus on it. But Megan the other day pointed out this idea, and it was basically like previewing the workout. I remember doing this with Transform 20, forgot that I did it, and I was reminded of it whenever Megan brought it to our attention. So basically, she created a post that said, hey, the first 100 girls to drop an emoji below will get to test out my new workout coming out in July. And so if they dropped an emoji, she said flat out, this is free, no strings attached. Very simple. She had 89 comments. So when you get those type of comments, you can then message those people and put them into a funnel. You can put them into either your email list, your Facebook group, wherever you want to have these people. And so once you do that, once they are in that group, you now have a connection with them. So you might be saying to yourself, yeah, but Katie, I missed the workout. No, you didn't at all. That workout is now live. You have access to it, and nobody else knows when it would have launched. Your followers aren't necessarily following 300 other Beachbody coaches. You just see Beachbody coaches all the time. So you have to kind of remember that. You can create, the workout goes live for your participants this Friday, and you can put it out that way. Kirsten had one where she talked about it being free. She emphasized the word free, and she talked about a $25 gift card. So she did the $25 gift card as well. Stephanie put one up where she talked about how freaking excited she was about this being live. And then she referred back to where they could actually watch. I think it was Ben showing off his modifications. I always love when Ben throws out a good workout step. So there's just a couple of sample posts, but I want to share this because this is a funnel post. This is a post that is meant to be directing them to a place. Please notice, people love free. People want to feel heard, okay? And I think that's why this is really successful. I approached it from the standpoint of I am actually looking for feedback on this workout. I want to hear you. I want your opinion, and I'm going to give it to you for free. And I'm going to give you a $25 gift card. Possibly you could win one. So there was a lot of like win-wins with that, all right? So here's the other thing I just want to add. If you put this post out and it didn't work, and you're like, what the heck? Like, why didn't this work for me? Don't lose sleep over it. Don't worry about it. Change it up a little bit. It might be that it could have been the image. It could be your timing. It could be the wording that you did. It could be a number of different things. Just get curious about it, figure it out, move forward. Okay, couple other things that once you do that post is to start talking about it. So I do this thing where I get out a piece of white paper and I just let my brain sort of do its thing. And so on my white paper, I will sit down and I will think about all of the things that rock about this workout. I will then think about all of the things that people tell me they can't do. And I will then think about all of the objections that I've gotten in the last month. And then I will think about all of the reasons why accountability is such a great thing. So I get out a piece of paper and I just think about all of these things. So for me right now, I'm in this stage of life where my life is insane. Like busy from sun up to sundown. We are going in a million different directions. And I think about the fact that I am on vacation and I'm at tournaments and I have my computer in front of me and I'm doing a workout in the middle of a parking lot looking like a psycho. But I don't care because I'm getting it done. And so I use all of those things as potential posts. So you're not thinking about you, you're thinking about the objections your audience is going to be giving you. You're thinking about all of the things that your audience is living out right now. You're thinking about all of the things that you personally are struggling with right now. And you're using that as your driving force behind more content to put out. So I put a couple of those ideas out for you. When I jab something, I am not an in-your-face poster. But I want to also add to you guys that I have been doing this for 7 years. So my audience might see me a little bit differently than your audience. So where you see Katie doing things a little bit differently, don't do it necessarily the same exact way that I do it, just because I'm at a very different stage in my business. So look to the leaders that you know are working on launching nailing it, okay? So my suggestion is if you're putting emphasis, if you're like, I am in this 110%, start sharing your content in the team pages. Start sharing your content in the launch group so people can see it. And if they're going to see you, guess what? That's going to increase your engagement too. I also just want to fully add, you have to put your own twist on it. Megan and I, we've worked together for a long time, but we don't post the same way. So where you see her talk about it, you won't necessarily see me talk about it in the same way. So if you see or are inspired by someone who's talking about it, take that kind of concept, but you have to twist it and you have to make it your own. I also want to encourage you to kind of create a hashtag that you can center all your ideas around. So for me, I think of 100 workout challenge. I kept it really simple, but I think about how big a 100 workout is, and then I am just taking this idea of hashtag 100 workout challenge. That is Katie's 100 workout challenge. It's not Morning Meltdown. It is hashtag 100 workout challenge. And so when I talk about 100 workout challenge, I think about, okay, like what are all the reasons that people would be scared of 100 workouts? How can I help them overcome those objections? How can I help them sort of see that you are very capable of doing 100 workouts? What would their life look like if they committed to something for 100 days? So you center something around that. Like maybe it's like mommy's morning meltdown, and it's just talking about how, like, you know, your kids are just crazy right now, or it's the summer and they're absolutely melting down. And that's what you can kind of create an audience around. All right. So I just gave a couple of ideas here for what you can post. But the last thing I just want to mention is I create a community within my Facebook group. So that's my focus right now, is once I have started to funnel people in, I want them to know that I'm a real person and that I'm excited for them to see amazing results. Like, I'm really excited for them to see amazing results. So for me, what I'm gonna make sure that I'm focused on is creating engaging content. And so these are just a few of the examples that I've shared, but I can keep it fun. On Friday, what if you do like a, what's your go-to on Friday? Is it, you know, dinner and a movie, or is it, you know, early night going to bed at like 9 p.m.? And so creating these engaging posts within that Facebook group is going to get people to get a feel for your personality, which is going to be what sets you apart from other people who are endorsing the same program. But it's also going to create a little culture among the people who are in your group. So when you're posting within that community Facebook group, start thinking, how can I create a post that's going to engage them, that's going to get them to comment, that's going to get them to move to the next, you know, like comment, that's going to get them to engage with one another. And here's a little trick. You know that you're creating a community when you can kind of take the background and step out a little bit and they're communicating with each other. That's when you know you're creating community, is when you're like checking in with them and everything, but you see them commenting to one another. Okay, so I think this is my last one. Yep. Okay, so last thing I'm going to say about content overall. Schedule your content within your group and within your social media. So I think about my marketing and I say, all right, what do I have to put out there? Stories are like behind the scenes. You can get as gritty, as unclean, unfiltered as you want to. You don't necessarily have to have a perfect laid out plan for stories. My grid, I keep a little bit cleaner. I keep a little prettier. But do the sample workout moves and share it. Highlight sample moves that your challengers, not even just your challengers, but your soon-to-be challengers have done, and highlight it. Go live and talk about the program. Go live and talk about some of the things that you've seen your launch group talk about already. Go live about something that you realized the first time you did this workout. Go live about why 100 workouts doesn't have to be intimidating. Go live and just share a little bit about your excitement. Your energy will become contagious. If you feel good about the program that's being ready to be launched, your customers are going to feel that, or your potential customers, or your following, or your audience. They're going to want to see more. Email out your customer list and your potentials. Sorry, I typed this really fast. About trying it for free. If you have leads, if you have customers, let them know they have access to this workout. Let them know you want them to try it out. And message all your coaches, discount and working, to let them know that the sample is up. So if you have those discount coaches, or if you have those working coaches or inactive coaches, let them know that they have access to it. And then gather those testimonials from those in your launch party, or the ones that have been provided, to share on social media and start building up that excitement. So what I would do is just start thinking about your social. Not only have you just educated like yourself on the program and the product, but then simplify it. Take it day by day. Break it down day by day. And so at the end of the call, we'll do a quick call to action for you guys so we can have that breakdown every day, step by step, what you can do until it launches. All right, Megan, are you ready? And I'll mute myself.
And I know it is getting late and I'm about to talk numbers to you guys. So sit tight. But all right, so purchase options here. Along with just being educated, you want to understand what options there are for your people. I know for me, you're going to have clients who hate Shakeology and love the performance line. You're going to have the ones that have never tried performance line, drink Shakeology. Maybe this would be an opportunity that they can try it. You're going to have the ones that eat all the things and do all the supplements, and you can let them know, hey, there's a mega challenge pack here. I can tell you I have a handful of clients who will buy every program that comes out. They bought 80-Day Obsession. They bought Lift 4. They buy Transfer 20. They don't keep anything on HD, but they buy everything at least once with the challenge pack because they love a good deal. So understanding not only your current customers, but understanding what the options are so that you can help them. Now that Google form that Katie mentioned, right now we have it in like a view only form. I'm actually going to reach out to the person who created it, see if we can get it to where we can copy it. That gives you a way to give kind of like a form to somebody to say, okay, I know you want Morning Meltdown. Go through this checklist to let me know what all you want in your bundle. And that was a good option to do. Obviously the images work great. This is just the one that was done by corporate. There's one for Canada in the back office and UK as well. So if you need another image, they're there. But this just walks you through everything that's in there. Know what comes in your challenge packs so that when you're talking to people, you know exactly what you can recommend to them. You'd be surprised how many people will come back to you that have been customers or clients in the past that love a good fitness challenge. So really take that time to know who's interested. Are they a current customer? Are they a coach? What do they like and what products are going to go? So just want to make sure you guys are aware that this image is already created for you. Go ahead and scroll down, Katie. I'm like trying to scroll and I can't. But I wanted to talk along with those challenge packs about team volume. So I know Katie and I have both kind of chatted a little bit about this in our team pages lately, but I want to make sure you guys understand the difference between team volume and personal volume, and then why this is so important all the time and specifically with the launch. So your PV that you see in your back office, anytime you see PV, that is your own personal volume. That is the personal volume you're getting from the things that you're selling. We also have team volume. Team volume is just that. Everything that rolls up from the team. So you may, if you've ever logged into your back office and you're like, hey, I see a coach that's on my right leg or on my left leg, and I don't know who it is. Is it mine? Like, did this person appear? It's not. That's part of your team as a whole. You get volume from those people who aren't your PS coaches, but they're not yours. You just get the volume from them. So there's an aspect, and this is like the income side of things. Team volume is where those cycle bonuses are coming from. Is the team volume generated from all of the sales that we have. Team volume with this launch specifically will be a big deal because every coach who buys Morning Meltdown 100 in some form or fashion, that volume that you generate from your purchase will go up whichever leg you are a part of for everybody that's on the same leg as you. So I think it's easiest, I don't have it up, but like when you look in your back office and you see like your legs, everybody below you, if every one of those people bought just a Morning Meltdown 100 base kit, you'd all get volume the whole way up that. Did you need to stop the screen share? That's okay. So if you want to scroll down just a little bit, obviously Shakeology is our 90 PV on HD. That one doesn't change. That's the same PV and TV. But as we go through Morning Meltdown, there's that one Jericho's challenge pack. You'll see Jericho's challenge packs include the Power Greens. So that's something you can see that has 24 TV. So certain things are going to have higher TV versus the PV on them. So what I have here is all team volume. So anytime somebody who's ordering your Morning Meltdown adds one of these other things on with that, it generates more TV, which is going to generate more income for you and your team cycle bonuses. So I just included some of the most popular ones. These are all things that, honestly, I have every single one of these at home, I think, except Focused Energy right now. Like, I use all of these products multiple times a day, as well as Daily Sunshine that I didn't have on there. But just wanted to show you the numbers here because like, if you look at Recover, it's a little bit lower than maybe like those digestive, the Shakeology boosts are all higher in terms of dollar value to TV. versus the actual cost thing. And like even the bars, 16 TV for the bars. So if you scroll down one more, this is way wordy, and I'm not going to go through all this. My point of this slide, this lists all of them. These are all the challenge packs. My point of this is you can notice that the TV that's listed with all challenge packs is really high when a coach buys them. This is different than the TV that's going to come from your customers. And the reason is when your customer orders a challenge pack, you earn a commission off that challenge pack. So it's like 35 or 40 TV, I think is what like 135 challenge pack is. You only get 35 or 40 TV when a customer buys it. But when a coach buys a challenge pack, the TVs are all like over 100, challenge pack, completion pack. That's because as a coach, I'm not going to earn anything I'm not going to earn any commissions off anything that my coaches buy, but I earn volume. So instead of keeping the lower volume that's associated with a customer challenge pack, Beachbody, like corporate-wide, has jacked up the TV that we earn on our challenge packs for this launch. So anytime any one of your coaches, this is like not just you guys, but like your downline-wise forever and ever, every time one of your coaches buys a challenge pack, you're actually going to earn more volume. So this slide's wordy and hard to read, so we can scroll to the next one. I just wanted to show you guys just how many options there were, because there's a ton of ways to boost the team volume. Those are just the challenge packs. Obviously, anything you add on that I showed in the previous slide will, again, increase that as well. But the only way this is actually going to benefit you is if you're an Emerald coach or higher. So I know we have some newer faces and new coaches on the team, but just to show you or remind you if you've forgotten or it's been a while, your Emerald coach is 2 coaches. It's 1 on each side. So all of you should have a strong-ish leg, depends on when you signed up. You should have a strong leg and a weak leg. That strong leg is going to have the people that I mentioned that you see in your back office that you don't know who they are. That means your upline and people who have been added since you've joined have also added coaches on that same leg. You are benefiting with volume, which can convert to income from any coach that's added on that leg. But you can only capitalize on that if you are an Emerald and have another coach on the other side. So when we say getting to Emerald is that first building block, getting to Emerald is so important, you unlock the compensation plan, that's what that means. You're now capitalizing on all the volume that's building from the coaches who are below you, and anything they order, as long as you stay active, your volume will continue to build. And I just showed a couple examples here to cycle, and it's not like you're not going to go Emerald and make $100 by any means. Like, it's not that quick, but you could. I mean, there are lots of Emeralds who make that consistently because of the growth that they've built. But each leg, it's a 1-to-2 ratio. So this one just keeps it really flat and easy. So if you look down here on the bottom, like 200 on your what would be weak leg, your lesser leg, to every 400 on your strong leg, or 1-to-2. So the 200 to the 400 is 2 cycles that I can't speak. It's too late, guys. I got up at 5. Not 3:30 like Katie, but so you would take 100 away from one leg, 200 away from another. That's a cycle. 100 away from one leg, 200 away from the other leg, and that's a cycle. Those numbers, the 200, the 400, the 800, the 1100 you're seeing up that one leg, that's TV. That is the TV generated by all the coaches on that leg. The other one is the TV generated by all the coaches on that leg. So I just wanted to make sure you guys understood, like, we don't just say get to Emerald and, build the team for fun. Like, that's truly where the income really grows from. And with this launch, I'm really happy and surprised how high they have adjusted the challenge pack TVs. So if you go down to the next slide, Katie. Thinking about how this is going to help you guys when you're going to order, really think about, I don't know if I have this, I think about order, but really think about what you're, like, again, this goes to knowing your customers. So if I have a challenger who joined with me in May and has been getting Shakeology, got ordered in May, got Shakeology in June, tried Energize and really liked it, and now she wants Morning Meltdown 100, I'm going to be able to recommend her one of those completion packs. She doesn't need BOD, but she can actually cancel her Shakeology, cancel the Energize, or maybe she's trying Energize for the first time, and get one of those bundles that includes it. And that will save her more money. So it's going to maximize her cost, but it's also going to boost my TV. And I wanted to give you guys some examples here. And I purposefully wanted to do the math just so you could see it. I remember when I was at my first Super Saturday and I was pushing for Diamond, and my coach said to me, well, when you're Diamond, you'll max out at $1,000 a week, or I think it's $2,000 a week on your cycle bonuses. And I remember looking at her and being like, I make like $14 every now and then. Like, I don't know why you're talking to me about maxing out at $1,000 or $2,000 a week on cycles. Like, that seems insane and so far off and never achievable, because I wasn't there yet. And then once I built it, I realized that this whole volume, left leg, right leg, this is the business. This is the income side of your business. So when you guys understand, when you look at those numbers in your back office, where everything's coming from, you can click on the numbers in your back office and it's actually going to show you who is personally contributing to those numbers. But this is where your income comes from. So just to give you another example, if you're looking here and you're an Emerald coach, if you've got 487 here at the total volume on your left, and you can see that this right leg is clearly a strong leg. I can tell, since it's 100 from your weak leg, the max I'm going to get here is 4. So I would cycle 4 times on this week. This is what this would show. So I would take 4 times or $14, and my cycles from volume would be $56. Now, like I said, I'm only going to pull out 400 from that left leg, 487, and that 87, that would go up to the carryover. And that would be my carryover in the next week. And I know as an Emerald, it's like, okay, I made $50. I cycled 4 times. As you grow, and you can actually, Katie, if you want to scroll down, you can skip the ruby one. I'll just show you that diamond one. I mean, it's the same concept, just showing you how the growth goes. But you can see here from this diamond one, again, this right leg's super strong. The left one's pretty good too, and it's 11, almost 12,000, 11,868. So if I'm looking at 100 times, I would take that 118 cycles. And now as a diamond, you're actually getting 18 per cycle, not 14. That's over $2,000. And that's not just your volume from your PS people. That is all the volume from all the legs on that side. So I know it seems a little bit like maybe unbelievable, but I want you guys to understand the volume in TV and click on the numbers. Like, I know I have a CPA background, so I'm probably a little bit more keen to click on numbers and figure out where things are coming from, but this is your business. This is actually where your income comes from, and it's important that you understand what's contributing that, and that's actually what goes into your paycheck each week. So understanding TV, knowing that the more products you use, the more products your customers are going to use. When I started, I drank Shakeology. That was about the end of it. And then we had E&E then. And then as the performance line was introduced, I started using Energize and Recover. And like I said, when I showed you the whole slew of slides up there, I truly use all of those products. And I talk about those products and I share those products. And when someone says to me, we're really struggling with cravings, I'm like, oh my gosh, me too. What do you have in the afternoon for a snack when your cravings hit? Because I have a beach bar. I truly eat a beach bar every afternoon around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Better than a Snickers bar. So I use the products that I have. I don't drink coffee in the afternoon. I have a half and half hydrate with fruit punch Energize. And I talk about my mocktail. Like, using those products is going to boost your product knowledge. It's going to give you more things that you can talk to beyond just saying, when someone says to you, I don't like Shakeology, I don't want to be in your group. That's okay. We've got so many other things for you. And knowing that all those things you're using helps you talk about it and learn about it. And in turn, in the end, it's going to help you boost your volume in your income line. And real quick, just make sure you guys are aware that they introduced promo codes coming out July 1st. So to any of your customers who purchased in June, they're actually going to get a code. So if someone purchased a challenge pack in June, they're going to get a code to save $20 on a Morning Meltdown 100 challenge pack or $10 on a bundle. So if you just, I just showed like quick math here. If somebody ordered a challenge pack in June and they are going to continue their Shakeology in July, they would pay $130 for Shakeology. And then if they use their $10 coupon, their accessory bundle for Morning Meltdown 100 is $60. But they can actually get the challenge pack with their promo code for $140. So this might help your customer use Shakeology one more month to really understand the benefit of it. Or maybe if they hated Shakeology, it might help your customer try a completion pack with Recover and Energize instead and realize, oh my gosh, they actually love those products and now they're a long-term customer. So you can use that avenue to attract those June customers, to keep them going with Morning Meltdown 100, to try other products. And this whole promo code thing is new, but my understanding is they'll get an email that will have their code in it if they purchased in June to use on Morning Meltdown 100. And I know the number stuff isn't super fun and it's not exciting, but it is like when people tell me they don't understand where their income is coming from, it's hard for, like that if you're here for a business, you need to understand where your income's coming from. And it's that TV. And I know it's different and it's confusing and there's PV and TV and left leg and right leg. But the more you look at it and understand it, the easier it becomes. I mean, I definitely studied it in the beginning to understand who was contributing which numbers where, and it definitely made more sense as I went along.
Yeah, and just Melanie did a call last week, I think, and then I put one up that another coach did. I think it was Abby Walsh. Did you see that?
Abby. She had a good call.
It was a really good educational call on volume. But the reason we're putting this into the call is because we aren't sure exactly where your rank is right now, but we want you to take advantage of the TV that's going to be coming through this program. And we both have pretty big organizations. You're part of an organization that is growing. And so when you look at the TV opportunity, but you're not an Emerald coach, you're losing that opportunity to even bank that volume because it's not going anywhere. It's just banking. So I just wanted to kind of want to just make sure you guys understand that too. They haven't done this before too, right, Megan? Like that TV like that.
It's higher. I mean, they just allowed coaches to buy challenge packs like a year ago, maybe. I forget when they switched.
Yeah, but I don't remember the TV being like that.
No, the TV for this is higher. And I think it's realizing that it's different now that coaches can buy a challenge pack. So they're giving us that opportunity to capitalize on the volume from it.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So let's really quickly, I'm going to throw out just your call to action. So we're going to be talking in the team page just about step-by-steps, like what you can do on any given day over the next, a little bit over a week, and then even through July, because even though we're launching in the beginning of July, we still have an entire month to take advantage of those launch specials. So if you're saying to yourself, I feel like I missed the ball, I didn't get it done in time, that's not the right mindset to have. The mindset is, I am going to do everything in my power to have a successful launch by taking action daily. So just like you're looking at 100 workouts, you do 100 workouts, you accomplish 100 workouts by one workout at a time. You're going to kill your launch by doing one activity at a time. So here is what you guys can do now for your successful launch. Number one, review the content. Review the call that we did tonight. Review the content on FAQ. Review the content in Beachbody Champions. Review it in your Coach Online office. And know your dates. Know the specifics, the details of it. Maybe write it down in your journal, wherever you are. Number two, create your funnel system, whether that's your emails or that's your Facebook group, a form, however you're sort of keeping yourself organized with where the people are. You want to have them in sort of like a little goldfish, almost like a bowl, like a fish bowl. So you know exactly where everybody is. Number three, start getting real with yourself and set that goal. Set that goal in terms of how many people you want in your Facebook group or in your email list. And here is what I know to be true in my case. And when I talk to other business owners, and this isn't just in Beachbody, in general, your purchases tend to be a 1 in 10. A 3 in 10 is really, really good. A 1 in 10 is good. So if you have 100 people, there's a very good chance that it's going to come down to about 10 of them actually going through and placing their order. So the more you can grow your group, the more people you're likely going to have who become your clients and your customers. But set that goal for yourself. And there's no pressure with setting the goal for how many people you can get in a launch group. And then as you start to talk and create that community, you're going to be able to feel like I can raise my bar with how many people I'm going to be able to convert. So set that goal for yourself. How many people do you want in your launch group? How many people do you want to be able to encourage and inspire and create a community with before the product even comes out? And number 4, create your marketing strategy. Remember, I told you, get out that white piece of paper and talk about all the problems that you can solve. Talk about the different posts that you can do. Talk about what's going to make you different than the other coaches who are marketing this product with a hashtag. Simplifying it, changing it up a little bit. So these are the things that we're going to work on. Within the team page, you're going to start seeing us talk a little bit more, sharing a little bit more of the launch, our strategies as well. All right? Okay, so questions, because I realized it's like 10 o'clock. I knew this call was going to be a little longer because we had lots and lots of good information for you. But do you guys have questions? So let's
add real quick, Katie.
Yeah.
If you haven't done anything yet, then just start. Because I know I've talked to some people who are like, oh, I'm just so far behind. You're not. You're fine. Just start. Start with the preview workout. Create your group. It doesn't have to be fancy. Leverage all of the stuff that we've already shared and just start it. Don't get hung up on that you haven't done all of the things that we've listed and it's overwhelming. Just start it. Like that post of looking for people to give me feedback, looking for people to try this with me. You'd be surprised how many people are going to jump on free. So if you're paralyzed that you feel behind, stop it. Make the post, get started, and figure it out on your way down.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
That's all I got.
Good night, everyone.
All right, guys. Have a great night.